Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our family service today. Nice to have everyone here and there joining us for this service. I'd like to introduce our service chairperson for today. This is Martin the horse. So Martin, as you can tell, is native. He has his Pendleton blanket on and he has his mask on as well. So he's reminding us again to be cautious of if there's smoky air in your vicinity, or continue to be safe with the pandemic, protective of yourself and people all around you, to continue to wear the mask. And he has his onenju, so he's ready for service. On the other side of the hondo, just coming in today, is the sloth family. So they're hurrying along. They want to be back in time to serve as our service chair people next week. So they're trying to get here by November, the first Sunday of November. So hopefully from where they are now, by next week, they'll make it across the room and be ready to serve as chairpersons next week. But we are ready for service. And so the service order today will be the three treasures and then the RaiSonMon. This will be followed by the SanBuJo and the SanButsuGe. Nembutsu and Ekoku will complete the chanting portion of our service. And then I'll be back for our short Howa Dharma message for today. So we'll begin with the three treasures. Please join me. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha, where we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in the spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. RaiSonMon. Ninjin ukekatashi imasude ni uku. Buppo kikikatashi imasude ni kiku. Konomi konjo ni mukatte tosezumba. Sarani yuzure no shou ni mukatte kakonomi o dosen. Taishu moro tomo ni shishin ni sambo ni kieshi tatematsuru beshi. Mizukara butsu ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku ba shujo to tomo ni. Daido o taige shite mujoi o okosan. Mizukara ho ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku ba shujo to tomo ni. Fukaku kyozo ni irite chie umi no gotoku naran. Mizukara so ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku wa shujo to tomo ni. Taishu o tori shite issai muge naran. Mujo jinjin mimyo no ho wa 100,000万号にも愛をことかたし。我今検問し従事することを得たり、願わくば如来の真実義を消し立てますらん。ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダ、ナマンダ、ナマンダ。 SanBuJo, SanButsuGe. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Namanda, 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 namanda. Namanda, namanda. Good morning again, everyone. Today I wanted to share a story about Genshin. And so the first Shindan's wasa that I would like to start with is reflecting upon the life of Shindan Shonin. Please join me in Gassho as I read this wasa. In praise of persons of single practice, he teaches that not one in 1,000 will fail to attain birth. In admonition of persons who perform mixed practice, he states that not one in 10,000 will be born. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, namanda, namanda. So in this quote, Shindan is saying that those who practice the Nembutsu practice, not one will fail to reach the Pure Land with this practice. But those who perform many different practices, as they did in the past, not one in 10,000 will be born into the Pure Land. So emphasizing the other power practice of Amida Buddha and the Nembutsu in contrast to the many practices that were done by the monks previously. So this is something that was emphasized by Genshin. Genshin is on the scroll, on the seventh one of the 7 masters that we were showing earlier in the video. And the bottom 2 are Genshin and Genku. So they are both from Japan, and Genshin lived 1,000 years ago, from 942 to 1017. And he was a Tendai priest studying on Mount Hiei, like Shindan did, but many, many years earlier. And so he wrote one book called the Ojo Yoshu, and in this he was emphasizing the Nembutsu practice as a means to attain birth in the Pure Land. So Ojo Yoshu means essentials of birth in the Pure Land. And this was his major work, and this led Honen, finding this work from Genshin, to study further and deeper about the Nembutsu, and then it went to Shindan. So for that reason, his understanding, Genshin's understanding of the Nembutsu practice, his practice of it, his writing of it, influenced Honen and Shindan. So this is why each one of our masters, 7 masters of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. So there's one story that I wanted to share about his life with all of you today. And as he was a student, he was getting a lot of recognition and acclaim, and he was getting recognized for being such a good student of the teachings of Buddhism there on Mount Hiei. So because of his accomplishments, he was invited to give a talk, a lecture to the Emperor of Japan. And so he prepared for this and went to provide this lecture to the Emperor. And through that, the Emperor was so impressed with this young man, this scholar, that he wanted to give him a gift, and he gave him this beautiful roll of silk cloth. And so he was happy to receive such a exquisite cloth. And so he wanted to send it on to his mother. So he wrote a letter to his mother explaining what had happened and that he was able to have audience with the Emperor of Japan. And he had received this very fine gift. So he had it sent, delivered to his mother, probably called UPS truck and had them deliver this bolt of silk cloth to his mother. And his mother received the cloth and immediately wrote another letter back to Genshin in response, and she sent the roll of cloth back immediately and reprimanded her son. She was totally disappointed to receive such a gift and such a story from his son, and wrote back in effect telling him, "Why did we send you to Mount Hiei? You did not go there to study about being fame and fortune, to gain fame and fortune in going to Mount Hiei, to dedicate your life there. So if you're going to study in this manner, you might as well leave and come back home." So she sent the cloth back with this message to him, and later Genshin had written the kanji for fame, the kanji for fortune, and he had these mounted. And in many of our temples, we have kanji words or phrases that are put up there to inspire us. And for him, he put up fame and fortune in kanji. And so these were in his temple. And one of his disciples later on was, "Sensei, why do we have this fame and fortune written up here in kanji?" And so Genshin told him the story and telling him that these are the words from his mother, reminding him of where our practice should be, where our minds should be, not towards fame and fortune, but these are always lurking there behind, and our selfness, self-centeredness, our ego is continually working, and even though we don't realize it, sometimes they come upon us. And so he wanted these words to be constant reminder of where he is in his study of Buddhism, and constant reminder of the wisdom that his mother shared in reprimanding him and redirecting his mind, his direction of study and practice. So this is a very, continues to be a significant lesson to all of us as we learn, as we gain position in our families and in our work, in our schools, or wherever we may be. So these are continuously working upon us. So with that, I would like to read this quote again from about Genshin from Shinran Shoni. In praise of persons of single practice, he teaches that not 1 in 1,000 will fail to attain birth. In admonition of persons who perform mixed praxis, he states that not 1 in 10,000 will be born. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you very much for joining us for this service today. It's very nice to have everyone here, and always so nice to have you join us. So we'll conclude this service with Gassho, and then please come up at Oshoko here and at home as you have prepared to do. So please put your hands together in gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you very much.